Hello and welcome to Sit and See. I'm Dr. Jared Jones. Research specialties, ancient systems of meditation, the cognitive science of meditation, Buddhist philosophy, and the philosophy of science. This class is about teaching people living in the real world how to train in meditation and have some success actually training in meditation based upon both modern research and classical techniques that one finds in the great texts of Buddhism and other Asian meditation systems. So today we're going to jump straight into the practice. Normally I do a Q&A, but I'm going to jump straight to the practices today, and we'll do some practice and then call it a day. It'll be a short one. Okay? So assume a seated position. One of the great texts, great modern texts on meditation by a great retreat yogi said, one thing you can do to be able to make the arms more comfortable while sitting is place a little blanket or something in your lap or a little pillow so that when your hands are resting here, instead of having them floating in space or instead of having them sort of fall too low so that the arms are really stretched, you have something here to hold the arms up slightly higher, which will allow your arms to relax a little bit more than they otherwise would. Okay, so from this position, for those of you who have been with me before, you know what to do. For those of you who are new, the most important bit is to keep the spine straight. Other than that, at the early stages of training, it doesn't matter so much what posture things are in. So we'll start with a intensive breath meditation. So intensive breath means that the mind is very, very forceful. You use a great deal of force, a great deal of intent to press the mind onto the object or activity. And this is a technique recommended in the great commentarial traditions coming through the Middle Indian Buddhist period. It even recommended for people going into retreat because it allows you to address distraction quite quickly. Okay, so find a patch of skin inside one of your nostrils. Place your attention on that patch of skin with great force, trying to pull all of the awareness from the rest of your body into that one little space, all of the awareness from your vision, your hearing, your smell, your taste, placing it all in this one place. And then when you breathe out, in between the out breath and in breath, count from 1 to 7, 7 to 0. So you'll breathe out, breathe in. Sorry, you'll breathe out 1, breathe in, breathe out 2, breathe in, and so forth. To do the counting, don't recite the numbers out loud. Recite them very, very forcefully, very loudly in your mind. And visualize very briefly the number in front of you about the height of your eyebrows, the distance of your arm, the size of your thumb. Okay? So when I say begin, don't dawdle around, don't screw around with your posture anymore. Don't do anything other than immediately engage in the practice so that you can gain skill in bringing your mind to the activity of meditation immediately when you set your intent. Okay? So here we go. Three, two, one, begin. You place your attention into the feet. When I say place your attention, I mean that your mind should be like a mirror or like a video camera that is only recording the tactile sensations you feel in the feet and nothing else. So you're not visualizing the feet, that's a mental object. You're not imagining the feet, that's a mental object. You're not analyzing the feet. That process of analysis is a series of mental objects. You're simply feeling the actual physical sensations in the feet, ankles, lower calves, upper calves, knees, lower thighs, upper thighs, hips, front of your pelvis, the back of your pelvis, the tailbone, anus, perineum, sexual organs, and come to rest at the tip of the organ, if it's a male organ, or the most sensitive point if it's the female organ. And move back to the tailbone and move up the spine until you arrive at the waist in the back. So the waist will be about 3 inches of tissue above the hip bones, including the first rib or two in the back of the body. And if you follow that tissue around to the front, about 3 inches of tissue again running around the front of the belly. and the diaphragm belt in the front. So from the solar plexus down to the top of your waist, and the diaphragm belt in the back. Now the barrel of the chest in the back. So don't include your shoulder blades if you can help it. Just focus on the back part of the barrel of the chest and the front part of the barrel of the chest, not including the collarbones if you can help it. The tops of both of your shoulders, the front of both of the shoulders, including the collarbones, the sides of both of your shoulders, and the back of both of your shoulders, including the scapula or shoulder blades. Armpits, bicep, elbow, first half of the forearm, second half, wrist, palm, and the back of your hand. First knuckle on all your fingers and your thumb. Second knuckle on the fingers and thumb. Third knuckle on the fingers and thumb. And then the fingertips and thumb tips. Line back up the arms to the lower third of your neck, which by my reckoning is a cone of tissue that runs underneath the collarbones to the top of the shoulders, connects to the top of the back. So all of that connective tissue running to the top of the trunk, as well as the actual structure of the lower third of the neck. Now the middle third of your neck, upper third of your neck, the joint between the neck and the skull, now the back of your skull, left side of the skull, Right side, right ear, left ear, and to your forehead. Left eyebrow and left eye, right eyebrow and right eye, the nose, left temple and left cheek, right temple and right cheek, not your lips at this time, but the upper lip area, the skin above your lip, and the skin below your lips and your chin. Now the top lip, bottom lip, and then the skin inside your cheeks, your teeth and gums, roof of your mouth, below your tongue, and your tongue. Place the awareness at the tip of the tongue, and then slowly move backward toward the throat until you arrive at the throat, and then be aware of the throat. Now, with the mind centered inside the throat, move straight up through the brain, through the skull, to the top of the head. All right, relax your awareness. Just open the eyes, open the ears, open the body awareness, and just observe how your mind returns to ordinary activity. Okay. Questions? Hello, Jay. Hello, Data. Right. Well, bit of a short session today because I have to jump into a class with my own teachers at 10. So I think that'll be it for today, unless there are questions that come in the next few moments. Okay. All right. Well, thank you all for being here. I will maybe see you tomorrow for a Q&A if you happen to be around. Otherwise, see you Friday for our next class. Cheers.